Prince Edward Island was a small, wind-beaten community where everyone knew everyone, or thought they did. On the 3rd of October, 1994, one member of this quiet community, Shirley Ann Duguay, didn't come home. 32 years old, mother of 5, independent but kind. Her sudden silence unsettled the island. 4 days later, her white Honda Civic was found abandoned in a ditch. The license plates were gone, but blood soaked the interior. Small towns don't absorb shocks easily. Rumors rippled through the island. Maybe she'd left on her own, maybe she'd been taken. But by winter, whispers turned to fear. There were no witnesses, no weapon, only the hum of wind through the spruce trees and a growing fear that someone in town had done the unthinkable. For 6 months, the case stalled until May 1995, when a man walking his dog near North Enmore noticed something pale beneath the moss. It was a shallow grave. Inside lay Shirley Duguay. Her hands were tied behind her back, and she had been strangled. The RCMP combed the site and found a black leather jacket drenched in Duguay's blood. Embedded within its lining were dozens of white hair. A lab test later revealed they were from a cat. This evidence might have been overlooked had it not been for an observation by Constable Roger Savoy. During an earlier interview with Duguay's common-law husband, Douglas Beamish, Savoy had noticed a white cat wandering around the house. Investigators quickly circled back to Douglas Leo Beamish, Shirley's estranged common-law husband. Neighbors had heard their arguments. Friends said he had grown possessive and angry. When police arrived at his home, a white cat padded into the room. Its name was Snowball, with the same snowy fur that now speckled the evidence bag at headquarters. It was almost absurd to consider. Human DNA had just got its first conviction in 1988, just 7 years prior. In 1995, animal DNA wasn't accepted in court. There were no databases, no precedents, no tests that could prove those hairs came from a specific cat. The law recognized fingerprints and blood, not fur. Still, Savoy could not let the feeling go. After facing several polite refusals from scientists across the world, Savoy managed to get a hold of a geneticist named Stephen O'Brien at the U.S. National Cancer Institute. O'Brien was one of the world's foremost authorities on feline DNA. The RCMP sent the samples to the geneticist, and O'Brien's team compared Snowball's genetic markers to the hairs from the jacket and then to 20 other local cats to rule out coincidence. The results were decisive. Every marker matched Snowball and Snowball alone. For the first time in history, non-human DNA tied a suspect to a murder. Beamish was arrested in 1995 and charged with second-degree murder. In July 1996, the court admitted the cat hair evidence. The defense argued it was experimental. The jury disagreed. Snowball's DNA became the first animal evidence ever used to convict a human being. The verdict changed forensic science. After the trial, laboratories began cataloging animal DNA for the first time. Dogs, cats, even birds. The logic was simple. Our pets live in our homes, share our clothes, travel on our skin. They are living witnesses. What began as one cat's stray hair led to new protocols across the world. Years later, the RCMP credited the case with inspiring entire divisions of trace evidence study, the small, overlooked details that speak when humans cannot. Beamish received a life sentence with no parole for 18 years. Snowball went back to living like any other cat, unaware that his existence had altered criminal history.